Hello friends, welcome back to another session of Web Technologies. In today's class, I'm going to show you how to create a database and how to connect this database to a Java program and access the database through an application. So the first thing that I'm going to do is, so herein I have written all the steps that I'm going to go through in this particular video. So the first thing that we require is the MySQL connector. To get the MySQL connector, you need to go to this particular website and then you need to download this MySQL connector. Once you download this MySQL connector, you just need to put this particular jar file inside the JRE bin and ext, and then you need to set the class path. First, I'll show this first three steps and then we'll come back and create the tables. Okay, so the first three steps are related to MySQL connector. So first, let me do that. I opened my browser. So inside the browser, I have typed download MySQL connector. So the first link you will be seeing dev.mysql.com. Just click on this. And herein, select the operating system. You just need to select platform independent and scroll down and then click on MySQL connector, which is the zipped one over here, which is 4.9 MB. Click on download. Okay. So as you click on download, it will ask you to create a login or the sign up for a free account. So you can just simply say no thanks, just start my download. So I already have downloaded it. So it is there in my downloads. So let me just go to the downloads. So this is my SQL connector. So you just need to right click on it and click extract here. So it will extract for you in the same location. So this is my SQL connector after extracting. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll just cut this. Okay. So just cut this particular folder and go to my PC and then go to C drive and then go to program files and paste it over here. Okay. So I just pasted over here. So you can see MySQL. So this is the one I'm talking about. I pasted here in the program files. Okay. So MySQL connector. And now what you need to do is just enter into it. And then you can see that there is an executable jar file here. Okay. So MySQL connector jar file. Just copy this. Okay. So copy this particular jar file and go to the JRE. Okay, go to wherever is your location. So in my PC, it is Java is there in the C drive, program files, Java, and then go to your JRE, go to the lib, and then you have this ext folder, go to the ext folder and paste it over here. So I already have pasted it. So this is MySQL connector Java. Okay, so this is the first thing that you need to do. And the second thing that you need to do is you need to set the class path. Okay, so go to the system variables. Just go to the search of your Windows and type in system variables and this will open for you. So then go to the advanced option over here and then click on environment variables. Okay, so in here I have the class path. So if you don't have the class path, you just have to create the new class path. So I already have the class path. So I just need to edit the class path. So what I need to edit is I need to paste this particular MySQL connector path. So where is it? In my particular PC. So go to your PC and C drive, program files, and this is MySQL connector, right? So this is MySQL connector. Just click on this particular URL and copy this. Okay, so it is in C drive, program files, MySQL connector, Java 8.0.29. So just copy this and bring it to your environment variables. Okay, so and click on new and then paste it. So I already have pasted it. So this is the path and click on OK and OK and OK. Okay, so these are the two things that you need to do. What did we do? The first thing is we have downloaded MySQL connector Java. Then we have created a folder in program files and then we have pasted this one there. And then what did we do? We have taken the jar file from the connector Java folder and then pasted it in the lib.ext folder, and then we have set the class path to this particular path. Okay, so MySQL connector path. So after that, after getting your connector, so the next step is we need to create the table. So to create the table, I'm opening MySQL workbench. So on the search, click on MySQL workbench. So you'll be able to find this app. So just click on this particular app and your workbench will open. So as your workbench opens, so I'm clicking on this particular MySQL's connection. Okay, so it is asking me to enter the password. So I'm entering the password and then click on OK. Okay, so this is your MySQL workbench. So you can see that here the schemas are your databases, and there are already some databases available in your SQL workbench, which is the sys database, and this student database is the one which I created yesterday in MySQL shell, which is the command line. So it also is visible here. So I'll show you how to create a database here in Workbench. So you can just find an option over here, which is create a new schema in the connected server. Just click on this and here new schema. Okay, so instead of the new schema, you just need to give the database name. So I just want to create a user database. So I am saying user DB, and then keep this char set and collation options as they are, and then click on apply. So as you apply, so this is the schema created, which is user DB, and this is the query. So you can find the SQL query, which is create schema, which is the name of the schema is user DB. Okay, so then click on apply. So here it says that SQL script was successfully applied to the database, and then click on finish. As you click on finish, you can see that here along with sys and student earlier, you can see student DB database got added to this particular schemas. Just look into the tables. If you just go to the sys tables, you can see that there are already some tables available here. Okay, but if you come to the user DB, there are no tables because we haven't created any. So just click on these particular tables under user database and give a right click on the mouse and click on, then this kind of options will open for you. Click on create table. Okay, so now you just need to fill in the information regarding filling the table. Okay, so I'll be giving a name to the table. So the name of the table is user. Okay, so the table name of the table is user, and then I'm going to click on this. Just click on this, and then add the columns. Okay, so the first column I require is the username. So I'm saying username, and then I'm making the username to be varchar. Okay, and varchar, and then 10. Okay, and it is the primary key and it is not null. So I'm going to enter one more attribute, which is column name, which is password, and then which is varchar 45, and then which should not be null. Okay, right. So once we have filled, my table is very simple. This is username and password table, so it is very simple. And let me also make this as 45. Okay, varchar 45. Okay, fine. Okay, and then I don't want any default expressions and nothing. I don't want anything. Okay, so just click on apply, and then I want a table user with 2 attributes in it. So click on apply. So this is the SQL command, how you will be creating a table. So create table, and which is like this is the DB name, which is user database dot, and then the name of the table is user, and I want to create 2 columns. The first one is username, and this is the type of the column, and it is not null. and here the primary key is the username, and then password is also varchar 45 not null. And it is already providing you the SQL script, so you can learn as well. So just click on apply. So as you apply, it says SQL script was successfully applied to the database. Click on finish. So you will be able to see the table now. So let me show you. This is the table. So if you just click on this over here, okay, so you'll be able to see the table. Okay, so this is the table. This is the query select star from userdb.user. So, but there are no tuples over here. So there are no rows over here to show. It is just showing the username and the password. Okay, now we'll try to insert the data into it. To insert the data into it, I'm just clicking on the username here, and then I'll start entering the username. So I'm giving Sudha, and then I'm giving the password to be 123, and I'm taking one more username which is Sinu, and I'm giving the password to be 789, and I'm taking one more thing which is Kitu, and then I'm giving the password to be 546, and I'm taking one more one which is Tim, and then the password is 321. Okay, so I have taken 4 users, username, and then password. So you can see here which is apply. So just apply them. Okay, so as you click on apply, so this is the SQL script which is used to insert values into the database. So I said insert into database dot table name, and then into the columns which is username and password. So the values are Sudha, and then 123 and so on. Okay, so now I'll click on apply. Okay, so you can see SQL script was successfully applied to the database. Click on finish. So now you can see that the data is here. Okay, so let me actually refresh it. So this is the refresh one. So now as you go into the user table, so just click on the user table, and this is the data that is already there in the table, which is user. Okay, so this is how you will be creating a database and a table in MySQL Workbench. So these 3 steps are over. And also I have shown you how to create table in MySQL. And to summarize, like the database name is userdb. This is the name that I have given. And the table name is user. And then I have given the attributes, 2 attributes, username, password. You can extend it by adding emails and all that. And then I have inserted 4 users data into this particular table. Okay. So once the table is ready, now we just need to create the application directory structure. Let me show you that. I created a folder. So this is the folder, and I named the folder to be login. So inside this folder, I have an image. Okay, so this is my image. So I have an image, and then I have 2 HTML documents. One is index.html and the other one is home.html. So let me show you what is there in index.html. So it's a simple login page. So wherein the user will be giving username and password. Okay, so let me open this with the notepad. So this is the index.html file. So wherein there is a HTML tag, then head, and then inside the body, I have the form which is named as login, and the method is post. So my servlet is having do post method, and the action is /login servlet. Okay, so as soon as the user will click on login button, then the login servlet will be invoked. So then I'm having a text field for giving the username, and the name of the text field is username. And I have one more field over here, which is the password field, and the name of the password field is password. Okay, so these are some of the things which are very prominent to note down from the index.html. And next I have this home.html. So let me show you what is there in home.html. So this is a very simple HTML document which will be opened when the user name and the password are correct. When the username and password are correct after the login servlet authenticates, Then this home.html will open, and I just opened some image over here welcoming the user into this particular website. Okay, fine. So this is home.html, and I'm using one image in the home.html. So that image is there here as ch.jpeg. Okay, and then we have one folder which is web-inf. So inside web-inf, I have one more folder which is classes, and then I have the web.xml for the mapping purpose. So inside the classes, so I have the login servlet and then the login servlet dot class. Uh, so let me open this login servlet uh, .java and explain you in detail. So this is login servlet .java file. So you can see these are all the header files that are required. So one very important header file that I have included here is import java.sql.star. So this will be having SQL connections and then java.sql driver manager and SQL exceptions. All these three things I require. So rather than putting it separately, I can also put it as .star, or else you can ignore this statement and put these three import statements. Right. So then I said public class, the name of the servlet is login servlet, extends HTTP servlet, and I'm using the do post method because in the HTML form I have said method is equal to post. And inside it I have I want the result set content type to be HTML text / HTML, and then I have created the object of the print writer. So then I'm extracting the username and the password, uh, and then I'm extracting the username and the password given by the user into two string reference variables, username and password, by using get parameter method. Get parameter method will extract the value in the field named as username, and this get parameter will extract the value of the field which is having the name password. So now that we have username and password in these two string reference objects. Okay, right. Since the connection to SQL can raise an exception, we are putting all the connections to the database in the try and catch. Okay, so this entire part is my try block. Okay, so till here it is my try block, and then I have the catch followed over here after the try. So inside the catch, I said like system.out.println e.get message, whatever error that we get, exception will be printed for us on the console. Okay, right. So what did we do here is that we said class dot per name. The class dot for name, so this is a method which will be taking some X or whatever. So here I have given com.mysql.jdbc.driver. So we are telling JVM to load this particular class. Okay, right. So from Java 7, this statement is not needed because we already have given MySQL connector. This statement is not needed, but I just gave you for you to learn. And the next statement is, like I said, connection con is equal to, so here we are creating the connection. So con is the variable of the connection to the database. So we are creating a connection to the database by using the method which is called as get connection. And so this is how we are getting the connection. So we are saying localhost. See this 3306. This is the port number we have seen for MySQL, right? And then this is the user DB is the database name that I have created, and then this root is the MySQL username, and the password is 1234. So I have given 1234 as password for MySQL. So this is how we are creating the connection. So once the connection is established, then we'll be creating a statement object through which we'll be sending the query. So statement is an interface which is used to send a SQL query to the database. As I said, so I'm saying statement object, I'm creating a statement object by using the method which is create statement on the connection. So now I said after that I'm saying result set rs is equal to statement object dot execute query, and inside this execute query method I'm giving the query to be executed. So what's the query to be executed? So I said select star from user. So user is the table name that I have created, where username is equal to username and password is equal to password. So what is this username is equal to username? Is the username that this username that I'm talking about. Okay. And then the password is equal to password is the password that we have got, the user have given. If the username and password matched in the table, so then we'll be asking or redirecting to the home.html. So a result set. So let me tell you what is result set. Result set is an interface, and the object of the result set will maintain cursor that will point to the current row in the result set. So whatever result that you are having in the table, if this particular username and password are there in the table, RS will be pointing to that particular tuple which matches this username and password. So when there is the username and password, so it will be returning true. If there is no match, then it will return false. So that's why we said rs.next, which will be returning true over here. So if it is true, then we are saying response. Okay, so response dot send redirect, which will take you to another page. So wherein I'm saying home.html. So wherein I'm typing, like I have kept statements like your username and password are valid and welcome to my channel and all that I have put in the home.html. I already have shown you home.html. So if this result set is giving a false, which means that there is no entry like username and password, the values that the user have given, such type of entries are not there in the table. So the else part will execute wherein I'm saying wrong username and password. So once this query is executed and we got the result set, so then I need to close the connection. So I'm saying con.close. Okay, so this is the login servlet that I have created, and make sure that all these port numbers and the database names and then the passwords and all that are correct. So this is my login servlet dot java. So now I need to compile this. Open your command prompt and compile this login servlet dot java. So once you compile it, you will be getting the dot class file. So let us go to the directory structure of my application. So herein I have already compiled. So I got login servlet dot class. Okay, right. So this is there inside my classes. Now let me show you what is there in web.xml. Inside this web.xml, you can see that I have this servlet name, which is login servlet, and the class of the servlet is login servlet. And then this is the URL pattern slash login servlet, which I have given in the HTML index.html form action attribute. I have given slash login servlet, right? So this is the URL which need to match there. And then I have given welcome file to be index.html. Okay, right. So now that my folder is ready, so this is, so let me go to the desktop. So the login folder is ready. Okay, so what I need to do, just cut this particular login folder and place it into your Tomcat web apps. Let me go to Tomcat web apps. Okay, so this is my Tomcat web apps. So I have pasted this login folder over here. So you can see the login here. Okay, so now I'll start the Tomcat. So I'm going to the bin folder and click on this particular batch file, which is startup. So Tomcat has started for me. Okay, so once the Tomcat is started, so go to your browser. Okay, so let me close all this and then let me open Apache Tomcat localhost 8080 and then slash, what is the folder name, which is login, right? So which is login. So I'm just typing in login and hit on enter. So it's asking me for the username and password. So let me show you all the data that I have created in the table and then I'll give the names over here. So to do that, I'll be opening my SQL command line client. So this is my command line client. I'm entering the password. So I want to use the database, which is user DB, right? So I'm saying use user DB. So now I am in user DB database, and then let me see what is there in the table. What's the name of the table? Which is user. Okay, so select star from user. Okay, so user is the table name. Okay, so as I hit enter, so you can see these are the four entries that I have made, right? So kit2, so I said 546. Okay, so let me give this, and also I have given Tim to be 321. So let us check all this and see. And then I have given for Sudha, I have given 1, 2, 3, and for Sinu, I have given 7, 8, 9. Okay, so these are the four entries I have made. Okay, so let me quit from this particular command line. Okay, so come back to this particular form, and then let me give kit2. Okay, so I have given kit2, and what is the password of kit2? It is 546, right? So it is 546, and let me hit on the login button. As I hit on the login button, since kit2 is there 546, I have typed the right password. So my home.html page opened. Your username and password are correct. So it made a connection to the database, took the table, then searched for the username that I have given, password against the entries in the data in the table, and if both the entries are correct, then it gave the result set is true now. So inside the true option in your servlet, I asked to redirect to the page which is home.html. So home.html is having this. Your username and password are correct. Welcome to our channel. So this is what I have given. So let me go back and give the wrong password. So I have given 900. So let me show you here. So I have given 900 and I'm hitting on the login. So it is saying user wrong username and password. So let me give one more entry from the table, which is Tim. Okay. So and what is the password of Tim, which is 321, right? Okay, so I have given the password to be 321. So as I click login, it's coming to this particular home.html. And if I give some other password, okay, so I gave the wrong password 675. So it's saying user wrong username and password. Both needs to be correct. Okay, and say for example, I gave SUD itself, and then I'm giving the password to be 123. I gave password correct, but my username is wrong. So then again, it will say wrong username and password. So I need to um, give the right credentials. Okay. So that's it, friends. This is how you actually create a database and from your Java application. So this is how you actually make a connection to the database, extract the data that is there in your database, and then work with applications connecting to your JDBC. So I hope this video is helpful to you. Thank you for watching.